Hello, I'm Tim the TamBoTC channel. Hold on a sec. I need to clear my throat. I didn't think about that when I was just starting the video, and then I just felt something coming up as I was trying to frickin' start this video, so that sucked. But, oh boy, what the hell? I wanted to talk about something briefly. So Disney, I didn't know I knew that there was a Disney thing coming, like this dystopia, and LS Mark made a video on how Fortnite's become kind of dystopian, where they're making this world that's all Disney-fied and such. And they're expecting a lot of people to play, but I didn't know they put like 1.5 billion investment or whatever into Fortnite. And that worries me at the same time as frick off Disney, keep your grubby dirty, greedy hands off of frickin' Fortnite, and don't buy any more stuff. Frick off. Jeez. But, goddamn, Disney just pisses me off nowadays. They just know how to piss me off. Frick them. Just like until they learn from a lot of their mistakes and stuff, and I don't want to be rude towards Disney, but goddamn, they just piss me off, and it's hard not to be. It really is. Like I've held back for quite a while, honestly. This is just years of build-up for me because I barely said something on my channel about their previous movies with Star Wars and all that. This is from years of build-up with so much goddamn trash that they throw at me, whether it's their Disney remakes or their freaking Star Wars films and shows, unless it's Mandalorian or Andor, or just so many goddamn things are ruining, from even Marvel stuff now being ruined. Frickin' Love and Thunder alone pissed me off. I liked Wakanda Forever, though. I watched that, and I really enjoyed that. But otherwise, God, like, there's been so many bombs at the box office. Even their animated films, I just don't care about, whether it's from Pixar or them. There might be a couple of Pixar things, but not nearly as much as there used to be. But goddamn, just to know that they have their grubby hands in a portion of Fortnite just like worries me a lot. Like I don't look forward to what they're doing. And then there's just like I don't know, I think they're responsible. They gotta be to some extent with the idea of Labyrinth 2 even being a thing. Even though Jim Henson's son is involved in that, and Brian Henson has made some stuff I really love. I think he was involved in Mirror Mask, though I could be wrong on some things there, but that's my mom's favorite movie of all time, Mirror Mask, and I love that movie too. Got such witty humor. It's such a unique looking movie, and it's just such a good story to follow. God frick, why are you making a sequel to the movie that we don't need, other than for greed, obviously? And it's just a movie that is essential to, at least somewhat, to David Bowie and his character in that series. It's like, what the frick are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do to butcher that? You can get Jennifer Connelly back, but it just doesn't feel the same without David Bowie. I just feel like it wouldn't feel the same without him. I'm like, I don't know. I don't look forward to it. And then I don't know if they're at all responsible for Beetlejuice, but Beetlejuice 2. Frick off. Why? I know you have all the actors for that one, and it is admittedly cool to see them back. A lot of people did want a lot more Beetlejuice in the original, but at the same time, I love that movie so much, and I actually think the little bit of his presence in that movie actually makes the impact of it so much bigger, ironically, when it's so much smaller. Because there's so many great things around his character, even for the short amount of screen time. Like Heath Ledger's Joker has a small amount of screen time in The Dark Knight, and he's freaking stands out like hell in that movie, and it's freaking awesome. Yeah, you just get those great performances that really stand out, even if it's like a short amount of time and you want more. I actually feel like that's a good portion. I don't need more, and I feel like that would honestly probably ruin it more likely than not. Some movies just don't need a sequel. Some movies are perfect. Like, can you imagine if, like, No Country for Old Men get a sequel? Like, why? Or Shutter Island is like, what the frick? Those movies are perfect. With no sequel, hell, I would not want to see a remake of those. Piss off. Oh god, I probably gave some movie studio an idea. Piss off. Even Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, that game, I did not want to see a sequel to that. I felt like the first game's story was very concise and great on its own. They could have done a story revolving around an entirely different character, because I don't know what else they could do with this character that they're following. But maybe there is something more they can do. But I don't know. I'll see about it. I am somewhat looking forward to it, but if it's a lot of the same typical stuff and it's more focused on like being movie heavy, which I hate a lot of games trying to do nowadays, but whatever. We will see. We will see. I'm just pissed off about this stuff either way. Whether they want to piss me off or not. They shouldn't want to piss me off. You've got some of the coolest freaking franchises. Why are you trying to piss people off? Why? It doesn't make sense. Wouldn't you want to make something cool? If I got my hands on Star Wars or freaking one of the Disney properties, I would want to make something really cool, but instead they make this garbage. They forget the focus on the character development and the story, and they're all in on ego and greed and even hating the fan bases and having no respect for the source material that they're adapting. And it just reflects so badly in their, if you can even call it art. God, it's art, but it's freaking ugly art. Once again, it pisses me off. Like, I hope better for them. I really want them to learn from their mistakes, whether they believe they're there or not, because they could make some really cool stuff, and they're just shoving out the same trash over and over again and doing it worse somehow. It's freaking bonkers to me. It's ridiculous. But once again, like Nostalgia Critic said, I hope this is a way that they could turn around, innovate, maybe look back on things and come out of this with a new creative perspective like they did back in the day when they got hit by Black Cauldron. I like Black Cauldron, but I agree it's got problems, especially with characters, main characters especially, but that was a creative, really cool looking film. Otherwise, I'm glad I got stuff like Aladdin and Lion King, Hunchback, all that stuff. That stuff is freaking awesome. I'm glad it exists. I wish we can get another kind of renaissance like that with Disney now. But right now, we're in the crap of Disney. This is the crap age of Disney, and it freaking hurts. So hopefully they dig themselves out of this pit. Though I feel like it's probably not going to happen for quite a while, and with the direction they're going, it doesn't feel like it'll happen for a while. So hopefully they'll learn something. Wouldn't it be funny if people just straight up ignored the entirety of the Disney thing they have to be set up in the game? I'm still going to check it out because I am still curious and I want to give it a chance. But otherwise, like, piss off Disney. I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm being rude, but I mean, they've already been rude to their fan base for years. So I don't feel like what I'm doing is any different. They're just doing it more subtly. They're more subtly saying, I'm pissing on you. Well, sometimes. There's some films that aren't so subtle. I think Last Jedi feels like one that's literally pissing on the fans, for example. That movie feels entirely, not only like it's directionless, that entire series does, but God, I at least like Force Awakens, though. I have a soft spot for Force Awakens, and my grandmother was actually really sad when Han Solo died in that. She was a big fan of Harrison Ford, and when that part came up, I was in the theater sitting next to her. I held her hand when she was like, he's gonna come back, right? And like that was such a big moment. And then, oh, she she sadly passed away before the second film came out, but in a way, thank goodness she didn't see the sequel, either of the sequels. The only good things that came out of the sequels is Kylo Ren, um, some of the meme material, like the "they fly now." I always joke about that stupid scene, and then the even though it's really dumb in context, and then the traitor scene as well as "that's not how the Force works." Like I at least love that stuff. Otherwise, frick all the other crap. God, the writing is bad. It's all over the place. It doesn't have a roadmap. It doesn't know what the frick it's doing. And the second film in particular in that trilogy feels like it's pissing on the fans and being a direct asshole to people. It's not respectful in any way. It's one of the harshest, stupidest films I've ever seen out there. And for something as big as Star Wars with such big a name and returning from where it was for so long, that's what we get. The Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi, those pieces of crap. If I ranked those movies, just those three, like obviously if I ranked all movies, those would be on the bottom of my tier list. All three of those pretty much. Even the prequels I would rather watch again. Even though I do find Phantom Menace really boring other than the Darth Maul fight scene at the end. And Liam Neeson's kind of fun. He's at least Liam Neeson is kind of like speaking out the interpretation of the viewer's mind, even though he saved the dumbass of the film. He's still speaking our mind. He's like, he's saying and doing exactly the things we want to do, but we would honestly go to the next level just taking out our lightsaber and decapitating Jar Jar. And I do love the actor who plays Jar Jar. I don't think it's his fault, and I think he's really fun in Robot Chicken and such when he reprises his role. But otherwise, I just think it was more the direction and the writing as well as the motivation of why Jar Jar is there. That is the problem. Otherwise, yeah, I enjoy those other films. I actually really like, my friend loves Clone Wars. That movie's freaking fun. It's like dumb fun. It's got bad acting and other problems, of course, but goddamn, it's fun bad. And I actually love the way it looks, too. I love the style and look of it and such. Like that one scene where they're chasing Jango Fett and such. Oh, there's so many cool things in that film alone. Even though Revenge of the Sith is my preferred of those, that film's still really cool looking, and I love its style. I love the whole Coruscant sequence. That feels like what I want Cyberpunk to be, but Cyberpunk didn't live up to that. So I would love a game around that whole setting of the flying vehicle cars or whatever within this cool looking sci-fi city. That was freaking awesome. Otherwise, yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's like, I would love a freaking game around that. I mean, we kind of got games like that. There's the Jango Fett game and stuff, but like not to the extent we've gotten nowadays. Like Cyberpunk feels like a disappointment when you look at that entire sequence and look at Cyberpunk, where it's like, oh, we're just driving cars on the ground again like we do in GTA and frickin' every other game. But yeah, and I really wanted to like Cyberpunk back in the day. I don't know where this video is going. I'm just going all over the place with what I'm talking about now. But still, whatever. I don't want to make this video too much longer. But I hope you enjoyed what I had to talk about. I would love to see, I actually would love to see Cyberpunk that's done as a JRPG using the anime. I don't think the anime is that amazing, honestly. It's good, but it's not as good as people have been making it out to be. I feel like it's a little overrated, people. Come on. But I still had heart. I still thought it was more unique than the game. Like, it actually, I talked about it before, where I feel like the game kind of feels lessened when you watch the anime. Because it's like, oh, this anime is actually really cool, and it's world building, and I actually care about the characters, and it's really artistic and stylish. And then when you play the game, you're like, it feels nothing like that. They don't even feel like the same source material. It doesn't have the same. It doesn't reflect the same energy either. Most of the time, at least. It's just like, yeah, or just like the style and the design of the characters and stuff feel more like they have variety and such that just stands out more in the anime than anything in the game. So yeah, but that would be cool if there was like a JRPG of that anime. I actually would love that idea. That would be cool. But anyways, let me know what you think. If you found anything interesting from what I said throughout this video, or you're on the same page and you want to rant about Disney. I've been ranting about them recently a little bit. But yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Sorry I kind of went in different directions and stuff, but that's me. I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. Bye.